Well, Nikki Sixx of Motley Crue is feuding with the guys in Steel Panther over some disparaging remarks the Panther guys made about Vince Neil. To make a long story short, Nikki took offense, and now they're all pissing on each other back and forth via social media. If you look at history, Crue has never liked Steel Panther, so there's precedent there.
Yeah, look, I mean, I caught wind of it. The core of it was they took a shot at Vince and what he looks like now, and then Nikki backed up his singer saying, hey, you know, Vince has been nice enough to jump on stage and do some stuff with them. He stabbed him in the back, and then they took a shot back at him. Look, I mean, whatever. I mean, the Steel Panther forget it. It's just not worth getting into. It's just
also, I mean, how much of it is sincere and how much of it is it facetious? Because a good rock feud is great for business.
But you don't. Well, yeah. And by the way, Motley may be announcing something really soon. Leave that alone. And Steel Panther just put out a brand new record, which they really can't get arrested making music, original music, because their music is so over the top lyrically and what they're singing about and what have you. I mean, it's a spoof band. It's a parody band. So you have a band that's a spoof of the 80s fighting with a real band from the 80s. That's the funny thing about it. And there are a lot of bands that don't like Steel Panther because they feel like they are goofing on what they used to be.
And I think that's what
is what they're doing.
I think that's what it is with Motley Crue. They think it's a joke being played on them and their legacy.
I've said this a million times. I like the guys in Steel Panther personally as people. It's not my thing at all. I don't get it. I don't think it's overly funny. Whatever. There are people that do, and they think it's... But there are a lot of people that are not in on the joke on that band. There are a lot of younger people who don't get that it's a parody and spoof and take it real.
Are you telling me that people don't understand that a band that releases a song called All I Want to Do Is Fuck Myself Tonight is...
It's unreal. And there are people that get offended. There actually have met people that are offended when you call them a spoof and then they have a song title like that. Or the one time I saw him, the bass player's not even playing the bass and blow-drying his hair in the middle of the set.
Oh, that's funny, though.
Because there's tracks.
That's great.
Obviously.
Come on, that's funny.
So it's just like, yes, it is. That actually is funny.
Yeah.
Because that's like, obviously, okay, my bass is on a track, and look, I'm blow drying and putting on makeup in the middle of the thing. Again, nothing offends me, so it's not an offending thing. I just don't think a lot of the other stuff is funny.
It's like a live-action Spinal Tap.
I've said 1,000 times I'd love to see that band make a real sincere record because they are great players, and Ralph, a.k.a. Michael, the singer, is a great singer. He'd be great. Guy's the ultimate Van Halen frontman. He used to be in the Atomic Punks, which is the Van Halen tribute, which is an amazing tribute still going on today. But, yeah, there are some people, and I feel really bad for them, that aren't in on the joke. And then others that don't like the joke when they're the target of it, and that's what's going on there. Well, I don't know. Whatever. Is that it?
That's all I have.
Okay. This is Tom, who is in New Mexico. Hi, Tom.
Hey, Eddie. How you doing today?
Good, thanks.
Hey, well, I went and saw UFO and Blue Oyster Cult. Drove 6 hours to see them. Kind of surprised UFO was the headlining band at Gas Monkey Garage.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying there's about 1,500 people there, if I had to guess. UFO played 11 songs, long version of Rock Bottom. Very, very good. Blue Oyster Cult played about 14 songs. They were excellent. Good time, good concert. I took a young kid with me that barely knew Blue Oyster Cult, and he ended up liking UFO better. If you want to see them, you better go see them. They were good.
UFO only did 11 songs, Tom? That doesn't sound right. Did you get there late or leave early?
Nope. I was right there when they walked on stage. They played about an hour and, I'll be generous and say an hour and 20.
Well, maybe that was because they were splitting the bill with Blue Oyster Cult there. Thank you, Tom, for that. I've heard nothing but rave reviews, and of course I'm a huge UFO fan. Everybody knows that. But honestly, everyone I've talked to has raved about UFO, who are now touring in the U.S. on their final tour, although they may do some stuff next year as well. But rave reviews about the shows. They are doing shows. Some are just them as a headline. Some are with Blue Oyster Cult. Some are with Last in Line opening. Some, a few on the West Coast were with Armored Saint. I talked to Joey Vera from Armored Saint, and I saw John Bush briefly on the Megadeth cruise, and Joey was raving about UFO, and, his band just played with them. And it's funny, when I got on the Megadeth cruise in San Diego, UFO were playing in San Diego that night, but I had just gotten on the ship, and I couldn't run off and go to UFO as much as some of the Anthrax guys were there, and everybody was telling me, you got to get over here. I didn't want to do that. It wouldn't have been cool having just got on the ship. But I believe I'll be able to see UFO when they play New York. Now, here in New York City, they're playing, when this is really sort of weird, they're playing Manhattan and Staten Island, which, it's all New York City. The gig in Staten Island is with Blue Oyster Cult. The gig in Manhattan at Sony Hall with Last in Line. So it's a sort of mix and match as to who's opening these shows, but it's got to be more than 11 songs. And I don't need the 15-minute version of Rock Bottom. Just give me 5 or 6 minutes of that and get me some other songs. I'll see when they play. But I've heard nothing but rave reviews from everybody about this final UFO tour, and specifically how great Phil is now in his early 70s. Jeff in Missouri, I'm not going to be able to get to all these calls. Jeff in Missouri, Last in Line UFO playing in St. Louis tonight. Okay, Jeff, thank you for that. I hope you're going. Here's another one. This is Leslie in Texas calling about UFO. Go ahead, Leslie.
Hey, aloha.
Hey.
Yes, UFO played about an hour and a half. I went to the San Antonio show, and it was so unbelievable, and the crowd was insane. And I've never seen Phil so engaged with the crowd as I had this year. It was on right into Try Me, and then after Try Me, he went right into Love to Love.
Oh, my God, they're doing Try Me?
Yes, I was so excited. I was screaming, and I was kind of drunk, and I was like, video, and I went back and listened to my video, and I'm singing really off-key on the video. It was pretty funny. But
Leslie, I got to run. I'm sorry. What are you going to say real quick?
Okay. Oh, the lead singer, Last in Line, they were so awesome. I was so happy I saw them.
Yeah,
my friend was in line. The UFO tickets trying to buy merchandise was so insane. My friend missed the whole show of Last in Line because he couldn't get anything to buy from them.
I've heard that too. Thank you, Leslie.